welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marta and today I'm going to be playing with the Everything You Need Bright Matte palette. It has 42 colors and this is BeautyBay's own brand and it looks like this on the inside. Ooh, it's so big. I only really bought this because I wanted to depot it and use it as an empty magnetic palette, but it's not something I'm going to be able to do before like maybe the summer or something. So I thought, why not make a video and try some of these. And I honestly also want to try to repan all of these into circular pans, but we will just have to see if I'm going to do it or not, because that's like a lot of work. But anyway, this video I will just be swatching all of these and then I will show you how I did this look, which was kind of hard, and it was not because of the shadows but because I was trying to do something different with my liner. But you will just be able to see that if you continue to watch, but right now I will just go into the swatches. So that is all of the swatches from the palette, and I just want to show you a little bit closer of how the palette looks like after swatching it. When using these shadows I didn't have any problems with the kick up in the pan, but I did notice that some of these have a lot of kick up when I swatched them. But I mean, all of them swatched really nicely. It was just a couple of them had quite a bit of kick up when swatching them. But now I guess I will just go straight into how I achieved this look using some of these shadows down here. So if you want to see that, then keep on watching. For today's look I have already sort of decided what I want to do, because these two colors are drawing me in really bad. So I think I will just do kind of an easy look by putting this one as my deeper crease shade and then blending it out with this one. And then I really also like this lavender shade here, So I think I might want to just use that for my lower lash line, and then I'll just see if I will use some of the other ones, because there's a lot of beautiful shades here, like for example these more lime greens and yellows, and honestly this one is also super stunning, so maybe I'll try to use that too. And right now I'm just wearing my foundation, so that's why I'm looking a bit tired. But for my look I of course also want to use some shimmery things, so I've kind of decided that I want to use my Tammy Tanuka pigment in the shade Eyeliner Girl, and I will be going in with that over my whole lid, and it's kind of hard to see all the shifts in it, but it's like a seafoam green with some purples, pinks, some gold. It's a lot of different shifts in it, and if I am a little bit daring today, then I also want to go in with a neon liner, so then I might use this pigment from Amy Hart's Beauty and mix it with some sort of solution, maybe the MAC Fix Plus or Duraline from Inglot. I will just have to wait and see, and then I might use this as a liner, but who knows, maybe I'm just happy with the shimmer and the mattes alone. But I will just go ahead and start with the darkest shade that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to start dipping into Sea Mist right here. And as an eyeshadow base today, I'm using my NARS Smudge Proof Primer, which I'm just trying out. I used it for the first time yesterday, and I did really like how it made the eyeshadow look. Oh, it's so pigmented. And I have used some of the BeautyBay shadows before, because I have the Everything You Need Berry and Bright palettes, the smallest one with 9 pans, and honestly they do perform really nicely. Like, just look at this, it's so beautiful. So I will just go ahead and apply this all over my crease, and then I will just apply that other shade called Daydream as a transition shade. But honestly it doesn't really look like you would have to have a transition shade because it blends out really nicely. Now I'm basically done with the matte shadows on the top of my lid, so I'm just going in with my BH Cosmetics Base Booster, and I will just be applying that all over my lid so I can tap down the pigment all over my lid. And the pigment is just so stunning. I will just show you now because it's going to be really hard when applying it, because I don't want the glitter to go like everywhere. But it's just a really sparkly multi-chrome basically. I really want to go in with a pigment also for my inner corner, so since it's going to be glitter specks everywhere, I'm just going in with it now, even though I haven't done my base makeup yet. So I'll just have to be careful when I blend out my concealer. But I'm just still applying my BH Cosmetics Base Booster, and now I'll just go in with that shade that I want to use. And it is called Chromatic Elixir, and it's from Tammy Tanuka, so it's the one right here, and you can't really see the shifts, but it's almost like a green to teal to purple, I would say. So I want something a little bit more fresh than that purple, so I'm going to use the neon yellow because I really want something lime, but the green is a little bit, I mean, I know it's going to get darker once I moist it, so that's why I'm going in with this yellow, because it's going to look a little bit green. So I'm not sure how to do this, so what I'm just going to do now to try out is just I'm going to spray my brush on this that I usually use for my glue, because that is really dry because of the glue that I always use. And I know it looks really dirty, but it's just shadow. So I'm just going to use this to try to like map out my liner, and it's not going to be that hard because I did put on some tape. So I'm just spraying that brush. I don't want it to be like soaking wet, but I'm really excited to see how this works now. So now I'm just dipping that brush into the pigment. So now it looks like this. And I'll just try right here first. Ooh, it's a little bit too wet, so I'm going to just add a lot of the pigment. This is not really looking that good. Maybe I should have mixed it with Duralene instead. It certainly does look lime green when I put it on, probably also because I have a blue base. I mean, I could probably also just use a white liner and then top it off on that, but I mean, now I've already gone in like this. It's not as popping as I want it to be because I want it to be really opaque. So I'm just gonna have to think about what I want to do. Okay, so this is like the best I could do using Duralene and the pigment, and it's still looking like really crusty. So what I will do is probably just to take it away. Here I tried some other things with some liquid liner because it was fucked up already, so I was just like, okay, let's try the other methods on top. But yeah, I will just go ahead and remove it, and then I'll see what I will do instead. I managed to remove most of it, but not everything, so I still of course have to go in with a liner. So I'm trying something easier but also new to me, so this may also be a catastrophe, but you know, if you don't try anything new, you're never going to learn anything new, and you're just going to be stuck with your old habits. So I'll just go ahead and use this one from Colourpop. It's in the shade Teaspoon, so it's like a deep green, so hopefully it will cover up the neon green that I still have a little bit left here on my eye. So I just added some of the Duralene that I already have here into the liner. That's what I usually do with my black liners too, if they're feeling dry. And that is so much better, it just glides on now. So I went ahead and did almost all of my makeup. So what I'm missing is basically mascara, some white liner here, and my under eye makeup. So I'm just going in with the darkest blue in the palette, and I'm just going to pack that completely into my lower lash line here, just because I think mixing this with one of these shades from like that I used on the top of my lid, I think that will match very nicely with my lipstick. And I'm usually not one for lipsticks like this in crazy colors. Like, sure, I can use orange, but this is kind of scary to use. And I am actually going to the store afterwards, so I'm not sure if I'm going to take it away or not. I mean, people are probably going to look weirdly at me, but do I really care? No. So I'm just going to take that Sea Mist, the darkest one that I used on the top here, and I'm basically just going to pack that and overlap that blue shade. So that is my finished look using this palette and some pigments. Obviously, as you could see, I had some trouble with the liner. As for the other products that I used on my face, I ended up using my Colourpop lipstick in the shade Getty, and I also used Colourpop lip liner in the shade Alt. This one is going to be discontinued. I don't know if this one is already, but at least those are the lip products that I used, and I'm trying not to speak so that you can see my teeth that well, because these make your teeth look even more yellow than they are. So there's that. And for my highlighter, I just ended up using my M Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Moonlight, and if you are subscribed to my channel, you might have already seen that I did swatch all of my different M Cosmetics highlighters. So here you can see the Moonlight highlighter in action on my cheeks, and it's just so glowy and beautiful. I love it. But the mattes in this palette performed so beautifully. I didn't have any problems with them whatsoever. They were super pigmented, they blended so easily, and the colors are just so pretty. I love colors like this. And yeah, I didn't have, like, I would definitely recommend this palette. Like, it's so cheap, and also it's like, just look at the color selection that you have. It's quite a lot of colors. So if you don't have much, or if you just want everything in one place, then this palette would be great. And it also does have some unique shades. I mean, you would have something of everything right here, so I really do like the colors in this palette. It's just my style. But yeah, as you could see, very great shadows. I hope you enjoyed this look and this video in general, that the swatches were helpful for you if you were considering buying this and you weren't sure how these colors would look. Then hopefully this helped you a little bit. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!